enough for me to read, but the diagram of these tiny apartments that he wants to set up, is he taking over old buildings or something and decided let's squeeze tiny apartments in there?
Micro apartments for singles. It's definitely the same thing they're doing in Japan, where the hand can be used like a knife.
But most people have a one-bedroom apartment, and that means one room, really, where you have your bed, sort of a living room, and sort of a kitchen.
Yeah.
A kitchen. They already have that.
Yeah.
So what's different?
I think it's really, really micro. Like it's the size of a bathroom.
275 to 300 feet.
See, you saying that, people around the country are going to think you're bullshitting. No, that's what happens in New York.
10 foot by 30 feet. It's a jail cell.
10 feet by 30 feet.
They have to have, he's saying, they each have to have a bathroom in them.
Right.
And they have to have a small, teeny kitchen area.
How do you do that in a 10 by 30 foot space?
Dude, looking at the layout, it looks pretty fucking pathetic.
They said, what else is between 275 and 300 feet? Penthouse parking spot at 211th Avenue in Chelsea.
Yeah, so basically
a parking spot.
Basically a basic parking spot. Gotcha.
Average city hotel room, Citibank ATM vestibule in Times Square. High school baseball dugout.
A dugout.
So imagine living in a dugout.
Yeah.
Why is he setting this up? Because you know it's not going to be affordable.
Well, they said it's in a place called Kips Bay, which is for singles and people who are just starting out and can't afford anything else.
Well, Kevin from Connecticut already did the math. One 30-story building, 65,000 apartments.
All right.
Wow.
That's funny.
There you go.
That's pretty funny. I don't know. I don't know if we need this.
It's very Japanese.
Yeah.
It's very. They don't have much room there, so that's what they do.
But we have room. We can still build
them up. I know.
We're still capable of building up in New York.
Mayor's weird. When's he done? When the fuck is he done?
Whenever he decides, obviously.
Fucking yeah.
He was supposed to be done 4 years ago.
He'll put in for another term.
You know, I think they had a march on City Hall yesterday. Did you hear about this?
I think that didn't go well.
Oh, it didn't?
12 people showed up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For what?
Well, no surprise.
For the Million Big Gulp March, they called it.
They were trying to do a big old march, but let's be honest, those type of people aren't marching much to me.
Nah, they're telling the mayor.
No offense.
Telling the mayor that this policy about no huge beverages, sugary beverages, is not something the government should be involved in.
Yeah.
Which I agree with. I don't think the government should be involved in anything like that. It's sort of hard to protest it because it's one of those things that a lot of people go, well, all right, we'll just get 2 smaller sodas, and it's just the fat people that want this. But in principle, it's very important because, again, it's, if you take away the goofiness of a giant drink and fighting for your giant drinks, what you're really fighting for is to keep the government out of your shit and your decision-making.
That's why I think everyone should have showed up yesterday.
Yeah, that's what it means.
We all should have showed up there yesterday.
Yeah, we're all.
Because you make a great point. It's not about the silly, massive,
goofy drinks,
goofy big gulp drink.
Let's put something in the big gulp's place that you enjoy and you want. That if a politician said you couldn't have it, you'd be pissed. I mean, because that's what it boils down to. Is the government is really, and it's not just local. It's not just the mayor of New York. This is really becoming a very national thing. The government just stepping in and fucking with you. Just fucking with you. And people just lay over. They just roll over and fucking let it happen.
Are you starting to think...
We're all guilty of it.
Are you finally... Well, I shouldn't say finally, because I think you're starting to think that the government sucks.
Oh, yeah, I completely do.
Yeah, Governor Christie, he's a big blowhard, but he went after both parties. You'll hear that clip all day today. We should get, a matter of fact, down the hall.
Yeah.
He went after both parties. I like that. Instead of going with the party line, bullshit every single time.
Yeah,
he's disappointed with the Democrats and the Republicans down in Washington.
What politicians do these days is not in the public's best interest. It's all they're doing is auditioning for their next job. They're doing things to try to keep themselves in office. That's all.
Right.
Nothing's in your best interest anymore. They stopped representing their constituency years ago. I don't know what they think they're doing when they say they're representing their people. and they put in place these laws and regulations and stuff that no one would want.
No.
So who the fuck are they representing?
I don't know.
It's angering.
A long time ago, we stopped reading what they were doing for us.
Yeah, well, they made it so you couldn't